Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mohammed. Hello, Gail, Babzi, Hiham, Dennis. Hello, Mohammed Alamin, Sumaya. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for joining once again. And now it's the third and the last day that we are going to build this analysis about inventory. So let's do it. Tell me here. Hello, Jens. Hello, Raymond. Hello. Tell me here in the chat if you have watched since the first day, so I can have an idea of the context that you guys know. Let me see if you have been following since the first day. And guys, I need to remind you once again, set the YouTube settings in the quality as high as you can. And also, when we have this conversation here during the class, be sure to see the red live signal here in the YouTube player because it means you are watching me live. There is no delay between what you are seeing and what you are watching. Okay, that's very important. It's going to keep you in the same pace as me. Okay, so let's do it. Let's go. And well, you know the method. First, watch me doing. In a second time, you can watch this class again, download the materials, and you can try to imitate, do everything what I am doing, and including all the interactions with ChatGPT. Here I am using a tool that I provide for my students, the Exodus GPT that runs the O3 mini model from OpenAI, which is a great model for logic and coding. So that's why I am using it. So if you are not my student, I strongly recommend you to sign up for ChatGPT Pro, sorry, Plus, or Cloud, or any other generative AI that can bring you the same benefits of a very good and high quality code. And of course, using the correct way, in the correct approach that we are using here, giving all the necessary context, informing the tables, informing the relationships, and all the columns available. I'm sure it will work in the same way that it's working for me now using my tool Exodus GPT. Okay, so you should definitely try this by yourself. Okay, and we also had students this week who have already said that they were trying to do similar things with ChatGPT before, and then they applied all my tips, and immediately they could figure out. Actually, ChatGPT could figure out what they needed, and they already fixed some things that they needed. So it's all good now. So let's go for it. I want to remind you, oh, and let me tell you again, all the materials, all the links that you need are here in the description of this video. All the links are in the description of this video. And if you are a student from the complete course, please find all the materials on Hotmart. I have uploaded them, including the new database that I will talk about right now. And let me go straight to the point where we have left yesterday. Yesterday, we have created the overview, and then we consolidated the inventory level, we consolidated the COGS, the DIO, the turnover level as well for bike and for inventory. And now we want to start doing the ABC analysis. This will be a new page. First, we need to create this new page, and later we bring the summarization, the summary of this, to the overview page. That's how it's going to work. And later, we also discuss on how you can also do it, create a new page about the coverage and the IO. And I want also to include another page that is not here, that is about the inventory level. And I believe this will not be hard, this will be simple, and it's totally necessary. Okay, so let me check here the comments before we start. Okay, perfect. Anundawa, since day one. Okay, great. Hello, Natasha. Yes, Benedict. Thank you. Fortune, no certificates for this week. Oh, the free knowledge is already enough, don't you agree? You are receiving materials for free, these classes for free. Do you still want a certificate? Here, the important part is the knowledge, okay? The knowledge and the experience I am bringing to you. So let's go for it. Uh, This is the part where we have left yesterday. And I gotta tell you something. You guys remember that when I open here the part slicer, there was a blank option here for the parts and also the group, right? But in fact, in our D parts table, we didn't have any blank rows. So this was related to the relationship. Sometimes when you have some row, this means this one code, for example, here, as we talk about the D parts, we are talking about one part number that does not exist in another table that has a relationship with D parts. And this other table, in this case, could be this table, or it could be the transactions table, or it could be the F purchase orders. Okay, so if this happens to you, like it shows a blank value in one table and there is no blank value in that table, this is probably because there is a reference that Power BI can't match. There is a role, there is a code, in this case, the par number, that Power BI could not match between the two tables using the relationship. So I have checked, and there were a couple of par numbers in the purchase orders. We haven't talked about the purchase orders yet, but there were a few par numbers here that belonged to another model. And this model we don't have in the data set anymore because I wanted to cut a few models in order to make it more simple for you to learn. Okay, so I just deleted the few rows that I commented that I have said about the par numbers that we don't have anymore in the purchase orders, and now it's all good. It's all right here, so you don't see any other blank rows. So this means that if you have downloaded the data set file, the Excel file from Google Drive or Hotmart, you need to download it again because now it will be fixed. Okay, now it's fixed. Yep. Okay. And now we can proceed. And one very important thing here. You guys remember that yesterday I have asked about the turnover analysis to ChatGPT. So let me show you. Let me see if I can get the chat. I have asked what it means. Let me see. Okay, here. So I have asked at some point, uh, let me make this larger for you. What means 0.99 turnover? You guys remember. So I think it would be a good idea if we can bring an explanation about this into our dashboard, into our project. Why? Because sometimes you may have an user who doesn't remember and just want to check this real quickly. So it would be a good idea if we add one thing like this. Let me show you. This is a preview. Imagine if we have uh, an icon here, a button, that you can pass the mouse over and it opens an explanation in a tooltip explaining uh, what means turnover higher than one, what means equal to one, and what means when it is less than one. Okay, so we can add this tooltip every time you pass the mouse over the information icon here. It's going to open this tooltip. I like to do this a lot in my projects. Sometimes when I have, for example, some dashboards related to different currencies. I like to bring the exchange rate for that date in this way. I like to bring, for example, we have one KPI. In this, the meaning, the formula of this KPI is not very simple. I like also to add the KPI formula in this type of format. And users use this a lot. They have given me very good feedback about the use of this. So let's do this. Let's create this so you can get this reference for your projects as well. And for doing this, we are going to need to create here a new button. Okay, so I will open here, Insert tab, and then we have buttons. And here, in this case, the button is just to get the icon, okay? I want to get this information icon here. So we actually will not uh, really click in this button. It's just to get the icon, okay? So I will position this button right here. And the style, let's make this white for the icon, line color, white. Perfect. And for this, when we pass the mouse over, it's going to be like a tooltip. What is a tooltip? When I pass the mouse over this chart, oh, it opens this box. And this box here is called tooltip. All right? So we want to do a similar thing with this. And for creating a tooltip, a custom tooltip, actually, we need to create a new page. And here I will call this text turnover. No, not text. Turnover explain. Righty. Okay. So here in the format your page, we need to change what is the page settings. In this case, we want to allow use as tooltip. Okay. And the canvas setting is already set now as a tooltip type. It has this format here that is, I believe it's enough, this dimension here with this size, but you can also change, okay? You can change this size if you want. I do not want to change, I want to keep it in this way. And the only thing here, I want to create a text box. So let me bring here, where is the text? The narrative, no, insert, let me click here, insert text box. Yes, it's right here above. So yeah, I will make this full screen in the tooltip page. And what is the text that we need? In this case, you can ask ChatGPT to generate this text for you. As I already have this text here available for me, I will just copy and paste this. So remember to set the font color as white, and in the effects background, I will make this in a darker color, like black, probably. It's going to be good. Let's see. Yeah, good contrast, of course. So now we go back to the overview. And to this point, we only have created the button here with the info, and we have created the page, and it is set as a tooltip, okay? But now we need to add the element that is going to call the tooltip here, okay? We need to add one element here. And what is going to be this element? It will be a card. It will be a card. So I add here a card, and I need to position it right above, right above, right on the icon area, because every time the user passes the mouse over, it's actually passing the mouse over this tooltip, okay? So I will need to bring here one random field. So I will need to create here in the new measure, here in the text folder, and I will just call it text, random text. And I will type many W's, many W's. Okay, now I add this random text, and as you can see, it's showing like one little point. Yeah, there is a very small point here of, you can see the W a little bit, right, with the black color. So let's format this. For the category label of this card, oh, look, this is the card. It's on top of the the info button. So the color, the callout value, I will set the color as white, but yeah, it's not that good. Let's make this font larger, like 60. And now that W, we are not seeing the top of the W anymore, okay? And we also need to open the general and enable the tooltips. In this case, we want a report page, the turnover explain. So when I pass the mouse over, it's going to call that page that we have created, the turnover explain, that is right here. Okay, so this provides this very cool visualization for the user. And it's not hard to do. You have seen, it's not hard. So rate here in the comments from 0 to 10 how much you have enjoyed this demo. Do you like this? Now let's go to the next page. We are going to start now the inventory level. Okay, I will create a new page. Let's call it inventory level. And this will be the second page. Yeah, the second page, inventory level. Oh yeah, oh, and also talking about this, I have re-uploaded the background file. So let's substitute, let's load the new background file that is available for you now. And in this new file, you will see that I have changed here the icons. So we have this second icon that is going to be for the second page of inventory. And we have the third icon that is ABC, that I don't need to explain which page is going to be, right? So the second one, inventory level. Let's start doing this. And the inventory level background is also available for you in that file now. Oh yeah, I have added here the canvas background, inventory level, transparency 0, image fit, perfect. Okay, all good. So we can start creating our visuals now. Well, in this case, I will copy and paste the three slicers that we have here above. I will copy and paste the three slicers because I want to keep them in sync. I want to keep them synchronized. All right? Very good. I will just, let me see, change. I will dislocate them to the left a little bit. Let's bring them to the left because here in the right, uh, I believe it would be a very good idea to add another slicer of the model, right? As we have here only parts. So let me bring the model so we can filter all the bicycles we have. And I want also to filter the warehouse location. As you remember, or as you may not remember, let me show you. We have two warehouses. We have one in Cape Town and another one in Durban. Okay? Shout out to the people from Cape Town and Durban. I know you are here. Very nice. So let's follow here one logic for positioning these slicers from left to right. The first thing I want to give the user to filter is the date, okay? The period is going to be the most frequent used slicer. And the second one, let's start from uh, macro to micro. So I have two warehouses. So I want to start with the two warehouses first. Let me open the warehouse location. Okay, so from here I can select Cape Town or Durban. And as we only have two, I will change the slicer settings to tile. Tile. Okay, so it becomes like this, like buttons. And then I can make this easier to click, to select. Now the user only needs to click once. In the other model, the user needed to click twice to filter one location. Okay. So the second one, I would use the models. And then the third one is the group, and the last one is the part. So we go down in granularity level. We start with two locations, and then we have the models, as we have 7 or 8 models. I don't remember. Right. Let me check. Yeah, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 models. And the next one in the hierarchy would be the group. So we have here the group. All right, in this case, it's getting tight for all the visuals. Yes, that's true. So we can here in this case, it's going to require uh, a standardization, right? As I want to keep the same header, the same structure with the same sequence of slicers in all the pages. Of course, the overview page here is looking different, and I want to keep the same structure as this, also in the ABC analysis page. So I would change the, let me see, the group position. As we talk about the parts in the group, and we also need a parts slicer. Let me bring the parts slicer. I would leave them in a separate level, okay, like this. So it would require to bring this to the second row like this. And then here we would have more space to bring this to the right. Okay? Yeah, so I want to repeat the same three slicers here above. Yeah, I want to keep them in sync. All right, now it's looking better. Let me paste again. Should be exactly in the same space, in the same position. Right. And about the group and the parts, I would leave them. Actually, let me tell you something. We have here a button for the slicers. We have this button for the slicers. And we can create here a tooltip, a bookmark. To every time that I click on this, it can open the filters or it can hide the filters or the slicers. I don't want to do this now because this is something that I believe it's going to take some time, and I want to focus more in the analysis that we need to do, the inventory and ABC. So I believe I will just keep these two slicers here. Yeah, and because want to add another one that you are going to see. As we are talking about inventory, you know that when we talk about inventory, we can see the monetary value and we can see the quantity, right? So when we talk about inventory level, we have these two dimensions that both are important, both are very important. In this case, I want to give the user the, the privilege, the feature of selecting which of these two dimensions the user wants to see. Okay, so let's give them this possibility. And for this, we need to create a new, in the modeling tab, you need to open the modeling tab, we need to create a new parameter. Okay, so let's create a new parameter based on fields. Here in the fields, I want to bring, think with me, when we talk about the inventory level of monetary value, what is the measure that we need? We created the cost inv measure in the last 2 days for this, right? So I will bring this measure. And when we want to talk about the quantity, we will use the quantity on hand. So with this parameter, I will create a slicer that the user can select. One of these, or actually, if the user wants both in all the visuals, it's also possible. So it's going to adapt all the visuals on this page to show either the monetary value or the quantity on hand. All right. So let me rename this parameter. It's going to be inventory levels. Okay, so let's create. And here it is. Let me use the format painter to change. Yeah, let's use a drop down. So let's give the user, oh, actually I didn't like this. Let's use a tile. Yeah, perfect. So let's give the user the freedom of selecting the inventory level if it is going to be based on the cost or quantity on hand. This cost inv doesn't tell much. Let's change this text. How can you change it? Every time we use or we create a new parameter for this, Power BI is going to create a new uh, digital table, a new table for, I'm sorry, not a digital, a virtual table. It's going to create a new virtual table for calling these values, these measures that we called here. So here we have the freedom to also change the text of how it's going to look like here. So here, let's call it cost, like this. And the quantity is going to be the, let's just type this correctly, all right? Quantity on hand. And that's it. I press enter, and now you can see that it has changed here in the slicer, okay? So we still have space now to filter the group and the parts. So now our set of slicers is complete. Until this part, are you with me? Yes, honey, very, very nice, isn't it? Very useful. Are you guys with me? How is it? Yes, awesome. Perfect. So now we can start creating the visuals that we want. When we talk about inventory, we need to have the follow-up. We need to see how it develops over time. This is a must-see chart, right? So let me create a line and clustered, a line and clustered chart. This one right here. And in this line and cluster chart, we want to have, of course, the date, the date in the x-axis. Okay, where is the D calendar? All right. In this case, I want to begin with the year, and I want the month, and I want the day. Yeah, so I created this hierarchy for myself. And now we want to have the type of inventory level that the user is analyzing. Okay, so I will not call here the measure of cost or quantity. I will not call them here. Now, if I want to use this type of parameter, I need to call the parameter into my chart. So I will call here the inventory levels. Yes, so I bring the inventory levels to the y-axis. Okay, perfect. Well, now you can see it looks like a mess. We gotta fix this. Just a matter of formatting and organizing the hierarchy. Okay, so I will bring from the other page, the first page where we have formatted a chart. I will bring this chart just to use the format painter. Okay, and when we plot the chart like this with a hierarchy, with year, with month, and so on, oh, I have used the month number. I don't want the month number. I want the month short name, the month short name, okay? So it looks like this. Perfect. So it's just a matter of drilling up, okay? There is this little arrow. There is a little arrow that you can click and it's going to drill up. Now you can see all the years, and if we start filtering the date, because I believe it's very rare, the case that you want to analyze 4 years in a row like this. So let's make this only for 2025. Yeah, so here you see only 2025. And well, I believe many of you are not very familiar with the tools, the buttons of drill down, right, in a chart. what this button here is going to do? We can play with the hierarchy that we have created here. So you can see that it starts in the year level and then it goes down to the month and then later to the day. And here, these buttons that we have in the top, they are going to do this. So if you click in the drill up, it's going to show you the upper level. So if you were seeing the day, it's going to show you now the month. And if you are seeing the month, it's going to show you the year, right? So the drill down, it's going to be the opposite. And you can see that when I click here, it does nothing. Nothing changed. But now this is enabled. This is enabled. So I can click in 2025 and it's showing me now the months of 2025. Okay. If we had uh, more years like 2024, I can click here in 2024. I am seeing all the months of 2024. You can see that the sequence here is following the probably the biggest value sorting. Okay, it's sorted based on the biggest value, but we want to sort this based on the months from the year. It starts on January and on December, right? Or if you have a custom financial year that we may have, for example, if it starts on April, you can also set this in the D calendar. Okay, so let me change here. You need to click in the three dots, sort axis, and we want to sort this based on the dates, right? In the dates. So yeah, now you can see that it has changed to the dates, but it's the alphabetical order. Ends on September, it starts on April. This is the alphabetical order. It doesn't work for us. So this means that this column is not being sorted by the month sequence. So we need to go back to the D calendar, open the D calendar here in the table view. And as we are using the month chart, this is the column we are using, we need to sort this one. So we need to click here on sort by column, and we are going to select the column that has the month sequence. So this is going to tell Power BI, look, when it's January, actually, when it is Jan, it's the number one. When it's Feb, it's the number two, and so on. Okay, so select the month short, sort by month, because month is the sequence column. Okay, now if we come back, we can see now it's sorted. December, November, but it's the opposite. We need to change the order to ascending. Okay, so now it ascends to the end, to the number 12. Perfect. And you can see that it's still enabled, the drill down. This means that I can click in July, for example, and now I see all the days of July. And these are the inventory levels of July, okay? Of every day, each day. Okay, I want to go back. I just click here in the arrow, drill up. I know that in reality, for a general user, for example, if you are creating this dashboard for a CEO, for a CFO, or for a person who is not very familiar with IT or any type of these tools, forget everything that I'm doing now, okay? They will not understand, or they will not use the drill down and the drill up as they should. Okay, forget about this. You should make things easier for them. We are creating this for an inventory analyst, which is a person who is more focused on data analysis, on doing their own analysis and research. So let's suppose this person is uh, willing to learn and to use this. Okay, so this is not a feature for a C-level type of user. This is a feature for people who are more familiar with Power BI, and they are willing to learn this, and this should be useful for them. If this is just a dashboard for a C-level position, for example, I would not tell you to use this type of date hierarchy that we have here. I would just tell you, look, add just the month name and the year, just one level, just the month name and the year, and the user should filter here the interval. Okay, it's going to be far more simple. Let me show you. Month and uh, oops, month number. Oh, no, month short and no, I'm sorry. Let me try again. What is the column? Month number and year. Yeah, this one. You can also create the month short and year. You can mix both of them. Let me see this month year. Yeah, oh, yeah, exactly this one. Yeah, this is the column I wanted. So you can create this like this. That is going to be way shorter. There is no drill down as we only have one level. Okay, and then the user needs to select the interval here. So if it's like too long, let's make this only 1 year, 2024. So now it gets easier for the user to filter this. Okay, so that's my recommendation. Well, in our case, as I am talking to more advanced analysts who want to go uh, deeper, let's use our hierarchy of the year, month, and day, like it was. Okay, now we have year, month, and day, like this. Perfect. Anyways, I want just to filter 2025. Okay, I will just leave this in the level of month, and it's all good. So let me give you a demonstration. I want to delete this old chart. Yeah. So if I click here in cost, now we are seeing only the costs in the chart. You can see. All right. And if you want to see the quantity on hand as well, you can activate here. So if you want only quantity on hand, now just quantity on hand. Okay, and then you can select, and the title of this chart is dynamic. It changes as we navigate, as we filter, we select, and so on. All right, this is going to be by default automatic, and it's very interesting. So, for example, here it says and month short. Yeah, it's not cool to show this to the user. So I need to change here month. Just let's say month. So this is the quantity on hand by year and month. Yeah, now it's better. Okay, so that's it. We have created here this top part. I believe this could still be improved. All right, we can still improve this as we can add the variation, for example, here in this chart. We can add, we can draw a trend. We can create, for example, as this is a line and column chart, we can also add a line with a calculated trend or an average of the last 6 or 12 months. And then this line follows the chart. That would be interesting. Okay. So yeah, this could be improved. So I just leave you this suggestion. And here in this part below, I want to give more details about the inventory level that we are seeing here. Because let me show you. We have this inventory level right now. The inventory level is always the value we see in the last period we select. So as we selected 31st of March, this is the inventory on this date. Okay. If I select here 1 month before, 28th of February, this is the value of inventory we are seeing. If I change here 27, this was the value we are seeing on 27. Okay, so this is always related to the last date we have available in the slicer that we have filtered. Okay, so I want to give more details, more possibilities to drill down this value to help the user to explain, okay, we have this amount, but how much is divided into Cape Town and Durban? How much is divided by each group? How much is divided by each category, each possible category that we have here? And for this, I want to create a tree, a decomposition tree. It's this visual. Okay, so let me make this very large. And what we want to analyze. I want to analyze here, let's see if it's going to accept the inventory level. I believe it's going to accept only one at a time. All right, so if we select here the cost only, it's going to show the cost. Yeah, and if we select both of them, it's going to select the highest one. Yeah, in this decomposition tree, we can only analyze one dimension at a time, but it's a matter of selecting just one here. So if I want just the cost, I select just the cost, and that's it. Okay. And we are going to, oh, let me add effects, background, transparency, 0. Let me add background color here because we are not reading really well. Black, maybe? No. No, I didn't like this. Let me see which color I have used. Okay. So I will use this blue. And okay, this is in the general effects background. Now in the visual part, I can change this top color from the header. So I open here the header, subtitles, background. So I use the same color. Now I need to change all the values, all the text, all the text to font color white. Let me change analysis 3 bars, no category labels. Yeah, font color white, perfect. And the values font color white as well, perfect. I think I can make this value 12. Yeah, better for reading. And also not only the values, but the category label to 12. Yeah, now it's better for reading. Okay, and let's bring the categories we want to explain the cost. We can explain first by the warehouse. Okay, I will bring the warehouse location. So I can also bring the D parts group. I can bring the parts. and I can bring the models as well. Very good. Or can I use this by models, because the transaction table we don't filter by models. Let me see if it's possible. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is possible. Okay. All right. There is a little arrow here that it's black. We need to change this color. Three connectors, selected line. Okay. Uh, let's make this round. The connectors. Let me see. I want to change also the line colors. I don't want this to be white. Let me do one thing here. Colors. Okay. Positive bar. No, we don't have negative stocks. Okay, it will not uh, change. The category label, it keeps the same. The values, let's use display units none. The headers, the subtitles we have already changed, and the conditional formatting. Okay, well, that's it. That's everything that we have available here. Oh yeah, the title. Let me see one thing. I am trying to find where I can change the line color, but I think I can't. Yeah, never mind. Okay, let's keep this way. And one thing we need to change is this little arrow here that is black and you can't see, because the user needs to roll down this list. Okay, there are more models below. I need to change, I believe, the style of the chart, because it's uh, the density. Yeah, let's make this dense. Yeah, that is exactly what I needed. Sometimes all we need is to dance. No, I'm kidding. It's just need to change the density. Uh, so yeah, now we can see here the arrow, but this arrow is black. It's not good. Let's change this. The full action. Mhm. Yeah, okay, yeah, I prefer. I think this way is going to be better. Take a look. I disabled the responsive. So when we disable the responsive mode, I can just click. It's like dragging and sliding the page. So I can just click and I can roll up or roll down. I think it's easier. Yeah, it's going to be better. Okay, so for example, here I have added the model deployment. Now I can bring the other categories like location, group, and parts. And let's use here the highest value. We can use this to look for some possible root causes of a problem. So if we just drill down by the highest value, always we can see where is the problem, where is the main problem. So if I drill down here, I can see that the problem is the most part is coming from Cape Town, the size of the inventory. And it's most related to the wheels the group. You can see there is a big difference between wheels and all the other categories, and especially the rims. Okay, especially the rims. So yeah, I believe this is very useful. And if you have never used the tree, the decomposition tree, you can also play around with the categories. So for example, if I want to delete the model, I just delete. Now we are seeing location, group, and parts only. Okay, so it's very interesting to deploy these values and have the breakdown. Okay, I can zoom out as well. Max bar shown. What is this? Yeah, let's make this maximum 30, 30, 30. Yeah. Okay, perfect. Guys, until this point, are you with me? Yes or no? Are you following? Are you enjoying this example? Tell me here. Do you have doubts so far? So let me change now to the quantity on hand. Now we are seeing here the deployment by quantity, okay? Which quantity by location, group, and so on. So that's it. Very interesting. Yeah, I still wanted to change the color of the upper part here, the headers, subtitles. Uh, Background color, no. Okay, yeah, I will accept this. Okay, so this is it. Right, we still have here this space for more details about the parts. So, for example, I can create a table, and in this small table, I can I can have more details about the inventory level by group, for example. Let's see. If you guys have another suggestion, I am open to hear as well. So let me bring the, no, let's bring the models. Yeah, model is very important to take a look right away. And then I will bring the models and the inventory levels. So if the user select both, we can see both the deployment for cost and quantity on hand. Okay, so let's format, let's make this better looking, this table. We have the style preset, uh, contrasting, no, maybe minimal, no, flashy, no. Yeah, contrast. So I can change the a few colors. Let me see. I want to change the column headers, align center. It's important. Header alignment center. And I want to make this 12. No, that's too large. 10. It should be 10. Yeah. Okay. Let's accept this as well. And uh, I believe there is a blue line here in the border. You open grid, border, color. So let's make this border color dark, like black. Yeah, it's better. Okay. And we can also add here in the inventory levels, uh, let me see, I would rank them from the biggest one to the lowest. So let's do this. I will just click here on quantity on hand, and it's going to sort them to the highest to the lowest value, from the highest to the lowest. Okay? Yeah, top models on hand. Yeah, the top models, as we only have 7 models, this list is going to show all of them. Okay. Yes, you can watch the previous videos. They are open here in my channel. Okay. Yeah, for sure. If you are watching this for the first time, uh, it's going to be like v- mm, you need the foundation from the previous classes. Okay, it's just a sequence. You need to watch the other classes first. All right, but if you still want to stay around, be with us, you will see, you will understand more about the formatting as I am doing just basically the formatting part now. Okay, perfect. So let me save this file. All right, now we have just finished the inventory levels, actually, inventory levels page. Okay, very good, very good. So if I filter only Cape Town, all the values are for Cape Town or Durban. Perfect. So all the visuals are working correctly. Look, in 1 hour we have created, actually 40 minutes we have created this page. Uh, and this could be still improved, of course, as I told you. You can calculate a trend line here with the average or the forecast. For the students from my complete course, I have a class it was in a monthly live session that I recorded on Zoom. And in this live session, I taught how to create a, a linear regression calculation on Power BI. So you can create a sales forecast, for example, based on the history of sales or parts withdrawn here from stock. Okay, so you can apply the same concept and incorporate this into this dashboard. It will be really interesting. Okay, perfect. So now we can proceed with the ABC analysis. For the ABC analysis, let's add the canvas background, the new ABC analysis.svg file, image fit, transparency 0. Now we have the ABC analysis. Perfect. And for beginning, just to begin this page, let's copy and paste the slicers from the top. Okay. And also we have here the inventory levels, the group, and the parts. Yeah, the inventory levels will not work in the ABC. Oh, actually, it can work. It can work. Yeah. Let's bring these three slicers to the ABC analysis as well. Let's keep them synchronized, and that's it. Mm, yeah, because in the ABC we want to. Oh, let me give you more context. I believe as some people uh, still don't know, what is the ABC analysis, right? The ABC analysis, it's the same idea of the Pareto's principle. If you also are not familiar with the Pareto's principle, it states that basically 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. So when we talk about inventory, this usually in inventory that is not well optimized, 80% of these parts are going to represent, I'm sorry, 20% of these parts are going to represent around 80% of the value. So this means that the value is much concentrated in a small amount of parts, okay, a small types of parts. So this means that we can improve this by focusing on this group of parts and reducing the inventory level, okay? As we want to balance our inventory. It could be not very good for your company if you have like a very high inventory for parts and they are not very well balanced. Okay, so that's one thing to pay attention. And when we talk bringing this concept of Pareto's principle to inventory, we have actually the ABC curve. Because in the ABC curve, we actually divide this in instead of 80%, we divide in two ranges of 70%. So we are going to calculate the group of parts that represent 70% of the value in stock. And then we have the B group that represents 20%, that is from 70 to 90. And then we have the C category, that is all the rest, that are all the parts that goes from 90% to 100% of the inventory. So we have the ABC curve that shows approximately what are the category items that are going to represent 70% of the stock. And as someone here commented in the chat, yes, Jens is also well known about as the 80-20 rule, the Pareto's principle, right? But bringing this to the stock, to the inventory analysis, that is the ABC curve. And the ABC curve is very important in manufacturing overall, in logistics, in supply chain. This is the page that we are going to create now. It's going to help a lot of people here, and I know that. Okay, I'm really sure that's going to help you a lot. So, with that said, we are going to call a very good friend of ours, a very good friend called GPT. Okay, so hello. What do you think about creating an ABC analysis on our project? Let's have this conversation with our friend. Okay, so if you are online, if you are here with me, send hi in the chat. Let me see how many people is following. Yes, you can create an aging analysis as well. It's very useful if you have problems related to the date of the products. So, like for example, when we talk about food or some items with a short shelf life, aging analysis is very important. In case of bicycles, I believe this would not be the priority number one. Okay. Okay. Hello, Kairi Abubakar. Hello. Okay. So let's see. ABC analysis is a widely used technique. Oh yeah, we know in manufacturing, inventory environment. Okay, and then it's explaining, and it has created the measure already. Let's take a look. Okay. So we have some data requirements for doing this on Power BI. Uh, Make sure you have the key measures such as total inventory cost. Yes, we do. Uh, the volume, yeah. And you could create a DEX measure using functions like rank X to rank your items. All right. Cumulative contribution. Yes, we need to calculate the cumulative contribution because after we rank, so for example, we need to first calculate the cost of all the items. We have done this. We have done this. That is here in the inventory level. If I filter let me show you here in the first. If I have here all the parts, look, I have calculated here all the parts. Oh, actually, the parts, we can add here another level. We can bring the level of part number. Let me bring the level of part number. So instead of parts, let me bring the part number. Yeah, so now you can see here, let me zoom in. We already have the value of inventory for every part number, okay? And here you can also see that this is sorted from the highest, from the most expensive one to the lowest, right? To the least expensive. So we have here this calculation that is done. And for calculating the ABC curve, this is important. This is important. Why? Because we need to sum this rank. We are going to sum this one plus this one. And then this one plus this one. Because in every part, every sum, we are going to check if this value is already representing 70% of the whole value. So we are going to check if it represents 70%. As we have the ABC curve, the 70 is for the A items. And then we have the B items, and we have the C items. And how we do classify them? We classify as the B items are from 70 to 90%, okay? And the C is going to be higher or equal to 90%. So that's the categorization. We gotta do this in the DEX code right now. We gotta do this, okay? So we have these three parts of the algorithm. So let's see what we have here first. First, ChatGPT created the ABC category. All right, the ABC category. All right, I see that this is an example, is conceptual. So let's ask for for the real solution. Very good, very good. Thanks for the conceptual explanation. Please create the measure for the measures for me to create the ABC analysis on my dashboard. If you need any additional info, please let me know. All right. So here we have, below is one approach to creating the ABC classification. Okay, there that is grouping items into A, B, and C categories based on their share of total inventory cost. All right, and then it is using the item's ID or par number. Yeah, in our case, we use the par number. Yeah, let's see the code. Oh, before, let me check. Because ABC analysis often relies on ranking and cumulative percentages, there are two common approaches. You can compute a calculated column in your items table that remains static once calculated. All right, I see this. It's suggesting to create a calculated column in our items table, but I don't want to calculate any column. I want to calculate a measure. A measure is dynamic. So if I select Durban only, the calculated column will not update its value based on my slicer of the warehouse. So I want a measure because the measure is dynamic. And that is the second suggestion. You can write a measure that returns the ABC category for the current item when used in a table or visual. Yeah, that's what we need. Below is an example. Okay, in a table by item. No, we don't want a calculated column. Yeah. So let's analyze the measures. Actually, it's only one measure. Let's analyze this measure. I will copy all the code and paste this on Power BI because it's going to get formatted, so it's easier to analyze. All right, so we're going to start creating here this page, and this is a new set of measures. So I need to open here the model view, and I want to create here a new measure in a new folder. Okay, this will be the folder of, okay, this is the new measure. I will just type 1 and the folder will be ABC analysis. All right, so now we have this measure in the correct folder. Perfect. So let me go back to the page view, report view, and the measure, I will paste the code from ChatGPT. Yeah, right now, right away, I can see that it's using a lot this item column. We don't have this. It means that ChatGPT may have forgotten the model, the data model that we have. So this means that that conversation that we had before, pasting the data model, the relationships, it's probably not in the not reachable for ChatGPT anymore because there is a limited window context for ChatGPT and this is gone. So it means that we need to re uh, tell this again to ChatGPT. Okay, so I will not use this measure anymore. We will need to tell ChatGPT once again what are the measures that we have, what are the tables and the relationships. So I will run here first info measures. You need to open here the DEX query view and run this info.measures code, info.measures function. It's going to generate a list with all the measures, with all the code that we have created here, okay? And I will copy the entire table. So let's open ChatGPT. All right, I see that you haven't done with my current tables and columns. So please find below all the details from my semantic model. So first, let's type here measures, Control V, I paste all the measures, right. And now Shift Enter, I want to bring the columns. Let's bring the columns in. I run and I want to copy this entire table. Now let's tell it columns and tables. Control V, Shift Enter, and now we need the info.relationships. Okay, let's run, copy entire table and paste. Oh, I forgot to tell it that this is the relationship. Uh, relationships. Okay, now in the end, I will ask for please generate the ABC measures with this data set, no, with the semantic model. Perfect. So now we are providing the context once again. Let's see the result. Meanwhile, Prof, is it possible to do all the calculation on Excel and have all the data in one table with each having its heading on the top columns? Mm, what do you mean? To do all the calculation on Excel? No, this type of calculations we are doing here, if you want to show this in a Power BI report, you need to do them on Power BI. Below is one complete DAX measure. Okay, it's only one measure that uses your semantic models table. Okay, let's evaluate this solution then. A common rule is to classify items as follow. A items take up to the first 80%. Well, I have seen many cases of 70%. We can change this. And then B items, 95, let's change to 90, and C cover the remaining items. Okay, I will copy the code, all right, and let's paste this on Power BI, ABC category. All right. Well, the code is commented. Why? All right. So yeah, let me clean the comments. I see that ChatGPT had some comments. And let me see, what do we have? I will just indent the code first. This is going to make easier to understand what it's doing. If you don't know, if you don't have experience indenting the code, it's just a matter of pressing tab in your keyboard. Okay, it's not a big deal, but it's very important to do this. Right, that's a very long measure. In previous examples I have tried, ChatGPT had broken down this into other smaller measures. Okay, let's see. All right. Well, here is the part that it sets the quantity, the ranges to 80% and 95. So I told you that I would like to have 70 and 90, okay, as the ranges of A and B. Okay, very good. So with this, I will just type enter. Okay, the code is running. The code is running. I will create a line and clustered chart. Actually, I will bring the chart from the other page. This one, Control C, Control V, because I don't need to format this again. And let's change the axis. So I want the part number. I want the part number as the axis because we want to show all the part numbers and as they progress to reach the value of 70% of stock and 90% and so on. Okay, so let me bring here the part number and let's bring the ABC category. ABC category in the line. Okay, it's not accepting. Why? Because let's see what it returns. Oh, it's just returning the letter. All right, this is just returning the category. Okay, so this means that I need to bring the inventory level to the column. All right, let's select only the cost first. If I bring the ABC category to the tooltip that we have just created, this ABC category, and I pass the mouse over, now it's showing ABC category. For this part, of course, is A because it's the most expensive one. So yeah, it's A. Yeah, this measure is working. Let's see the other items. Let's see the last one. The last one should be C, right? Let me try to. Oh, this is B. Very probable that this is not correct. Let me see. B? No, this can't be the letter B. Yeah, okay. So now let's do some investigation. Let's try to check what we have here. We have the current cost. All right. This is using the cost inventory. Do we always have to sort items in descending order of usage values in the measure? In the measure, we don't sort in the measure, we sort in the chart. In the chart, you should also always sort in descending sequence, okay? So here we have the cost inventory, all except for the part numbers. And then we have here the variable total cost. That is going to be the total cost for all the parts. Yes, correct. The current rank. We have the table of parts and it's calculating the cost inventory. Oh, look, I don't like this code very much. I don't like this code very much because it's calling the calculate and a measure inside the calculate. Yeah. I didn't like ChatGPT try to create all in just one measure and it's not giving the results that we want. We want to have a measure that it will show me here in the chart how the ABC curve progress. So let me show you what do we want. We want something like this. Okay, the yellow line is the ABC curve. So with this, I know that the first one is around 7%. And then the second, until the second part number, it goes to 12. And then it progress until reaching the level of 70%. Okay? And take a look. When it reaches 70% around here, we have a new category. So it changes the color. So here we have the ABC, that is the B item. Okay? So that's what we want. Let me go back. Let's have a chat with ChatGPT. Okay, this is not what I expected, and I need a measure to calculate the ABC curve, uh, separate this uh, this into smaller steps slash measures, so I can easily check the values. Okay, let's check. All right. So it has uh, suggested here the total inventory cost. Okay, this is the total, like using all. So you filter all the, actually you clean all the filters, and then you're going to see the cost for everything. And the step two, rank by inventory cost. Okay, in this case, you are going to list the rank, like what is the number one, what is the most expensive, the number two, number three, and so on, because this will be important to sum the whole list of products to see the part where it gets to 70%. Cumulative inventory cost. So this is doing what I told you using the rank. Cumulative percentage. All right. So yeah, now it's time to test this. So we have the first one, the total inventory cost. Let's bring this new measure, total inventory cost. And every time I paste the text from ChatGPT here, it has a weird, I don't know, a random character. It shows an error. I need to delete the spaces now. Okay. Now let's go to the new measure, that is the rank by inventory cost. So let's do here, rank by inventory cost. I need to delete this space. All right. Perfect. And the next one, the third one, cumulative inventory cost. And the space as well. All right, there is an error here because it's trying to call the sum function for a measure. Yeah, this doesn't work. So ChatGPT made this mistake. In this case, I understand that it's trying to calculate this measure using this filter. So just delete the sum function and it's going to work. But I don't know if the desired result will come out. Let's continue the fourth and last measure, and then we can test. Cumulative divide between them. All right. So let's bring this to the chart. Let's see what's calculating. The cumulative percentage. Oops. Cumulative inventory percentage to the line. Wow. percentage. Let me click in the measure and format this as a percentage with 0 decimal places. So I want a round of applause. I want a round of applause. Please make some noise in the chat. I want a round of applause for the employee of the month. Here at Exodus Experts, we have the newest employee of the month, the employee of the month of April, the very good employee, my very good friend called O3 Mini. A round of applause. It it has saved us a lot of time, but you see the importance of still knowing DAX language because it has generated here at some point this code with a calculate and a sum of a measure. If you are a newbie, if you are just a beginner, you have no idea that this was the error, okay? Of course, you can troubleshoot and then later you find the solution. But I want to tell you what I mean is that you still need to know what is doing behind all these steps. You need to control the tool, what is trying to do, and you need to monitor the steps. That is what I have done. You see, first I got a solution that it was just one complete DEX measure. And then we tried, we tested, the result was not what we needed. I needed to come back, explain better and clarify the situation. And in the second time, it got it right. And I am really, really happy. You have no idea how happy I am. Because this represents hours and hours and days of uh, that we are saving of our precious time. Okay, I'm really happy. Yeah. Mohammed Alamin, the ABC curve is inspired by the Pareto's principle, okay? It's inspired, but here we are defining a different interval, okay? Well, very good. So this means that it has calculated the all the how can I say the progress of the percentage. So now we can create the intervals. I want to create the ABC curve for A items until 70% of inventory value. From 70 to 90, it's the B items, and C is all the rest. So I see that, oh, let's just create a table. I will bring the part numbers and I will bring the the measures that we have just created with ChatGPT, okay? It was uh, these four measures here. We had the total inventory cost. We have the rank by inventory cost. So you can see the 4.1 is the most expensive, the highest in the stock. So it's the number one. 4.2 is the third one, and so on, as you can see here. All right. And we have the cumulative inventory cost. So let me sort this by the rank by inventory cost. And then you can see that it's going to sum this progressively according to the rank. Okay? And based on this, it's going to calculate the cumulative inventory until reaching the 70% because now we need a measure to create this categorization, right? So let me bring the ABC category. That is a previous measure. It has calculated. Let's see where it changes. Oh, look, it is changing from here. This is not right. So yeah, this old measure ABC category is not right. the first measure that it has generated, if you remember. Excellent. Let's give a feedback. Excellent. It worked perfectly for calculating the ABC curve. And applause. Some applause to ChatGPT. Now I need a measure to categorize the ABC items. Can you help me with this, please? Yeah. Okay, here it is. Uh, so let me check. I will copy this measure, substitute for the old ABC category, and let's see. This is going to call the cumulative inventory percentage. That is the last measure we have created. And here we have the switch with all the categories. So our ranges, I told you, I want from 70 to 90%. Yeah. Okay, now let's add this, oops, to the table. Oh, it's already in the table. And here we can see the ABC category. When it's 67%, the cumulative inventory, it's still A. When it changes to 70%, it turns out to be B. Okay? So now it's working. And this means that we can format our columns here with the conditional formatting. So let's select this chart. The columns color, let's use a conditional formatting. And this will be based on a field value, no, on the rules, based on rules. And here I want to bring the ABC category measure. ABC category measure. If this value is A, if this value is A, we want to use the dark purple. Yeah, this purple. If this is B, we want light blue. And if this is C, we want a very dark, no, not a very dark. Let's pick, let me see here which color could be useful. Some blue, light blue. Yeah, this is like light purple, violet, I don't know, when this is C. Okay, so we have these three categories, okay, and voila. Now our chart is formatted based on the category of each part number, okay? Let me change this line, the line color. I want yellow. This should be really popping in to our eyes. This needs to call attention. Okay, very good. Perfect. So for now, you can see that we have many part numbers. We have 202 part numbers listed here. And this will not give you a lot of insight. Yeah, actually, it will give you. Like right away, you can see that the thing is happening to the group 4 with all the wheels, you remember? So if you want to have a more specific view, you can click here and filter. Now, based on the model, for example, let's see, for the hybrid horizon, you can see this is the ABC curve for the hybrid horizon. Or if we want to see now for another model, classic cruiser, this is the ABC curve for the classic cruiser model. All right, so you can see perfectly now where it gets to the 70%, it changes the color, and we can see where all the concentration of the inventory is lying on. Okay, guys, until this part, from 0 to 10, how much you are enjoying? Are you following? Let me read your comments. Let's check this. Excellent. Hello, Luiz. Excelente. In Portuguese. Yes. Yes, Natasha, I totally agree. Yeah. Perfect. 10. Okay. Yeah, it's a lot to think about, but you gotta start. You start, just start, start now. I have filtered the model, but we can also filter the group. Yeah, let's take a look at the group. Well, for the group, it's not working as expected. For the group, it's not working as expected. Take a look. It doesn't make sense if we sum 1,300 plus 1,300 and it gets the same percentage. It's not working uh, because at some point here in our calculation, in our measure, we are filtering the D parts table. So let me see, for example, if we filter only a few, yeah, this is happening when we filter the parts. So let's try to check this. Let me show you. Oh, look, when we create the rank, we we have the filter of all parts. Here we have the filter of all parts. You see, it's happening because it's not filtering correctly uh, when we select one specific group. All right. So we have here the option to come back to ChatGPT and tell it, look, I have tried to use a slicer with group and it's not working. I believe you need to change your code. It's one option. Or the other option is if you are more experienced with DAX, you can already change this directly here. Okay? Yeah, very nice, very nice. So let's talk with ChatGPT. All right, it worked really well. Thanks. However, I have a slicer for filtering the group from the parts. Look, we are trying to give as much context as we can, okay? Uh, and it's not giving me the correct results. I believe it's because we filtered, well, we applied all the parts in some measures. Do you know a solution for this case? Very good. In this case, here, oh, let me also format The y-axis here, the values we don't need. Oh, I'm sorry, the secondary y-axis. It's showing some values here. We don't need this. Uh, Actually, we do. So let's make this white because it was not good to read. All right, yeah, now it's all right, this formatting. Let's see what our friend here is going to tell us. We we need to replace this by this. So instead of all, it's using all selected. And here the same, all for all selected. In the cumulative, all for all selected. Let's take a look. Now, let me confirm. So it's just basically changing the all for all selected. Because when we use all, we are filtering the entire, actually we are clearing the filters from the entire dparts table. So when we try to filter one group in the dparts table, the filter doesn't work. So in the cumulative, we don't have all, we have all here, all selected. And we have also in the rank, all selected. Okay, well, it's not giving the expected. Oh, we have another one. It's not returning the expected result, as we are seeing only the fork. No, let me bring only the fork assembly. Look, when we see the fork, we see the par numbers from the group fork. And the sum here, the cumulative, is totally lost. This value is not working. So yeah, it's not just changing the all selected in this part. Let's see what is not computing correctly. Remember that I have created a table before. Let's create that table again with all the part numbers, with the four measures, five measures. So let's rank this from the highest to the lowest. This is the first one, and it's not being summed in the cumulative inventory cost. It's not being summed in the cumulative inventory percentage. So let's go back to our good friend. Oh, before doing this, let me see the code. This is the cumulative inventory cost. Yeah, rank by inventory cost. So it's calling this one first. The rank is doing fine, you know. The rank here is correct. The rank is correct. So this means that if we filter the group, the filter is handling well. But the thing is in the cumulative cost. In the cumulative cost, we have here the filter. We are calculating the cost inventory, filter, all selected the parts, and we are applying this rank, and we only want the values that are before this current rank. Okay. in this context. So let me see. Yeah. So yeah, let's take a screenshot and let's go back to ChatGPT. I have used all selected now, and the ranking is fine. However, the cumulative sum is not. And then I paste this image. Help me fixing this. Okay, and then I paste this screenshot so it can see the cumulative inventory cost and the percentage as blank. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The image upload is not supported by the O3 Mini. Yeah, if you want to upload images currently, it's only accepted in the 4.0. Yeah, so I'm sorry, we cannot use images with O3 Mini. Yeah, so let's uh, send just a text. Okay, let me try to regenerate this and come back. All right, all right. Oops, there was an error in the previous response. Yes, I know, and I want to proceed, my friend. Can you help me? Let me refresh the page. And guys, we are reaching almost the end. I just want to finish formatting this, and we are going to create the buttons, and it's done. Okay. Invalid content type. Okay, okay, my friend. So I want to how can I do this? I want to delete. Yeah. Okay, so I deleted that image and I sent the text only. Yeah. In cumulative, there is another all. So, oh, the rank all parts. Oh, thank you very much, Jens. Thank you very much. All selected. I'm not sure if this is. Oh, perfect. Now I want a round of applause, not for ChatGPT, but I want a round of applause to Jens. To Jens Hindhart. Congratulations. You are not ChatGPT, but I love you as much as I do love ChatGPT. Okay? Because now it's computing correctly. That is the great part of having great students. That's excellent. So now it's summing correctly, summing the percentages, and we can filter the group. Thank you very much. And now we have the ability to filter also by the group. Okay. Wow, this was really nice, really nice. And guys, these measures that we have created here will only work with the inventory cost. Okay, it will not work with the if we select the quantity on hand here. Why? Because all the measures are calling the cost inv. Okay, the measures are not calling the the parameter of inventory levels. Okay, so if you want to do that based on quantity, for example, only, let me select only quantity. Now this is quantity, and you can see that the values here are kind of the ABC curve is lost because the ABC curve is considering the cost and the chart is showing the quantity on hand. Okay, so if you want to make this to work for both, you need here in the current rank, actually since the first measure, instead of calling the cost inv, we need to call the inventory levels. Let me check how we can call this. Let me see if I can remember. I think it's going to be like inventory levels. No. Uh, Let me create a new measure. I believe that it's available here in the table view, inventory levels. Yeah, if we want to see which of them is being selected, we need to see the selected values of inventory levels order column. Yeah, I will need to create first a new measure here, a new measure that we will call inventory levels selected. And here it's equal to the selected value. No, actually I will call this if selected value from the inventory levels virtual table order equals to 0, it means A. And if it's not, it means B. Just a quick check because I need to see here inventories level order. If it's 0, it means cost inventory. If it's equal to 1, it means quantity on hand is selected. So if it's 0, in cost inventory. Okay, I will copy this just to have the source to consult here in the total inventory. No, I'm sorry. Inventory levels selected. Let me bring. If it's 0, then it's this measure we need to call. And if it's 1, let me create a new row with the if it's equal to 1, comma, it's going to be the quantity on hand. And if it's nothing, let's make 0. And then I close the if. It should look like this. So let me show you this in a card, what I have done. This measure here, inventory levels selected. It's showing the 15K. What is the 15K? 15K is the total amount of inventory of quantity on hand. If you sum all these bars are equal to 15K. That is exactly the same as bringing here the inventory quantity on hand. You see, 15K is the same value. So now if I change here to cost, it's giving me 96,000. That is the amount in monetary value. Okay, so this measure I have created is getting the selected value from the slicer. And I gotta be sure that in the slicer, we can only select one. single select. We can only select one at a time, either quantity or cost, okay? Because the ABC curve will need just one value. All right, so now in all the measures, in the ranking, in all the measures, we need to change instead of the cost inv, we are going to call the inventory levels selected. Okay, that's the measure we are going to call now inventory levels selected, including in the total, including in the rank that I have already changed, including the cumulative inventory cost. So this is dynamic. And also here in the all selected, in the rank actually, and in the cumulative inventory, yeah, it's already done. But yeah, this is still not showing the correct result. Let me see. The cost, yeah, the cost is correct. The quantity is, yeah, the quantity can't be correct. The quantity can't be correct. Let me see. Inventory levels selected. Inventory levels selected. Here we select the measure. Here we select inventory level selected. Cumulative inventory cost, total inventory cost. Oh yeah, here we are using the total inventory cost and the cumulative inventory cost. Well, it's looking correct to me. Now I gotta check not with ChatGPT, but with Yans, which part I forgot to change. Because I believe this value here, the 42% happening twice is not right. So for this, let's create here once again a table to troubleshoot this. I will bring the part number and I will bring these values. So let's use the rank. So the first one, take a look. 4.3 is the number one, and it's tied with the 4.4. And the cumulative, all right, oh yeah, yeah, actually it's all right because they divide the first position. They divide the first position. That is what is happening here, okay? Yeah, the value is not wrong, it's correct. And that's why both show as 42%, okay? Yes, so it's all good. It's correct. It's correct. And now we have this very interesting ABC analysis. Let's filter for Cape Town only and for the family of wheels that this is a problematic group. We have a lot of stock. Okay, and here we can see we have more problems with these two uh, part numbers, the 4.1 and the 4.5 that represent together 67%. Okay, guys, we are almost finishing this. There is only one last thing to add. We need to bring this to the home page and we need to add the buttons. Okay, so I know that it's getting long and we are almost finishing. We are almost there. I want to I want to consolidate this in the form of a text, okay? So let me talk with ChatGPT. Perfect. Now I want to create a measure that computes the total number of items of the category, of the A category, and how much in percentage it represents of the value, of the total value. So we are going to summarize this like two items belong to the A category, and they represent 67%. One item belong to the B category, and it represents approximately 13%, I believe. And uh, something like that I want to create, okay? So yeah, we have here the total A items column, the percentage, and the summary. Okay, I think you can consolidate this in one single measure, right? So let's make this more simple as it's just text. Let's try to call this in one single measure. Okay. The ABC analysis, let's create here a new measure, and it will be ABC A summary. Okay, so we have the A items, add columns. Wow, this is getting long. Let's see the count of A, and then it's going to sum the A. Okay. And we have the sum of total. And we have another variable. I'm just indenting the code. Okay, hold on. All right, so I will hit enter. Let's see the result. Let's see what's going to. Okay, well, there is a. Oh, ChatGPT missed here. Like count A doesn't exist. Actually, it's A items. Oh, no, no, no. I'm sorry. It's creating a new measure, and there is a problem here because count A actually is a function. It's like a reserved name, so you can't use this. So I will need to replace the count A for underline count A. All right, count A is actually a reserved name. So yeah, let me create let me see, a card, and I will bring this ABC A summary. So let me make this white, call out value, white, total A items, 2, and it represents 67%. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. That's what we needed. Amazing, amazing. So I will create here a multi-row card, multi-row card. And I will position this in the top like this. And now I want to create this measure for the B and for the C category. I will just copy this code, I will paste, and every place it has the A, I will select the A once, Control Shift L. Oh, and well, this is not going to work the way I expected. So yeah, let me start again. I will paste, and in every place we have the A, we need to substitute for B. So here in the name of the measure, it's B. In the ABC, it's going to become B. in the ABC category. This is also B. And yeah, just three places we need to change. If you want to change the measure, the variable name, you can, but you don't need to, okay? You just need to change the B column, the B value from where it's being filtered, okay? So let me fix this visualization. Color white, category label we don't need. Now you can see total, all the text as well. We need to change the text. Total B items. One, and it's about 20%. Yes, because it was 67 and then 20, 87, so it's 20%. Perfect. And now I will copy the B and I will create the C summary. So let me change the C here, the C here, and in the text. What about the A at 2? Yeah, the variable names, you don't need to change the name, okay? If you want to change to keep the code right, you can, but you don't need to, okay? Perfect. So we have here three items in the C category that represents 13%. 87 minus 100. Okay, I want to make this a text box. So let me insert a text box here. And in this text box, I want to call the measures that we have just created, the ABCA summary. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, it takes a while to show up. And then I select this one. This will be the A. The name of this value, I will call it A. Okay. And then let me save it. Okay, the font is black. Let me change this to white and enter. Now let me add another value, that is, it will be ABC B summary. This is the value B, save it, and I want to add the value C, ABC C summary. That is the measure name, okay? So it's calling the measure name in the text. So I want to save this. And oh yeah, so actually I believe it would be a good idea to format the text color as the same color as we have here for the bars, you remember? So for the C, it was something like this. For the B is light blue, and for the A is purple. So it becomes automatic for the user to stop, read, and understand. It's intuitive. I need to add a effect background, transparency 0 with black color. Yeah, so it's going to be better for reading. Excellent, excellent. So now, actually this C color is not exactly the C color that we have. Let me change the columns. Here we have the color conditional formatting. Let me get this exact color. And let's format here the C should be this color. Save. Yeah, now it's correct. We can also make this text larger, like 11. Perfect. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Align center. And we can bring this to the home page, to the overview, this summary like this. And we can create, for example, a donut chart just to show how is the distribution between the three categories. So we bring here the A, B, and C. Yeah, for this actually, I believe the we would need three measures to calculate one for A and another for B and another one for C. Yeah, let me check here. So let's do this as we want. This is the cumulative. No, what is the name of this? Cumulative percentage? No. Oh, this is the category is being calculated in the ABC category measure, right? It's being calculated here. So we want to calculate the mm, let's start creating a new measure. This will be the count of A. And for this, we want to calculate the cumulative inventory cost. No, the ABC category. Yeah, but we already know the ABC category from the other measure. And we want to calculate the amount. Oh, we already have this done. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. In the ABC A summary, here we show the percentage, right? We show the percentage. That is 70%. This is the number we want. This is the number we want. So the 70% is coming from the count A. And the count A is this variable here. That is the count rows of the previous measure. Yeah, so we can reutilize the same code. We can reutilize the same code. So yeah, I will copy this. In the count of A, I will just paste everything and we just clear what we don't need. So we want to return the count A only. Let me delete what we don't need. And here we have the A items being calculated and it returns the count of A. That's what we want. Let me bring to the chart. Yeah, so we have 57, 57 items. Yeah, but actually I believe we needed the percentage. Yeah, the percentage. Yeah, so let me go back. It's not actually the 57. We need the percentage A actually. Okay, and the percentage A is being calculated right here. So let me delete all the rest. Let's keep only the percentage A. As the percentage A depends on all the other previous variables like the sum A and the sum total, and well, it doesn't need the count A, so I can delete this first part. It's using only sum A, sum total. Sum total is here, sum A is here. So we can return the percentage. Perfect. Now we have the count of A. And I want to create the count of B now. That is the count of B, and here we filter the B category, and that's it. Let's add, and now the count of C. C and C. And we can add to the chart. All right, let's make this larger so we can see the distribution. Let's disable the legend. Let's disable the label content, only the data value. No, only the percentage of total. Yeah, that's better. The values, none, with 0 decimal places. And now the colors from the done chart should match the same colors from the text. So let's change the slicers, the slices. The slice of A should be purple, the B should be blue, the count of C should be this tone of purple. And that's it. So let's resize it. The detail label value should be white. And here we can change this title as well. ABC distribution. And okay. 70, 20, and 10%. This was for Cape Town. And then let me clear for all the locations, 67, 22, 11. Very interesting, very interesting. Very good. So with this, we have almost finished, almost finished. We just need to add here the buttons. We have here the button to see the detail of this. We can add in the menu that is going to the page of ABC. The transparency 100%, no border, yeah, no fill. The action, this is going to send the user to the page navigation ABC analysis. And the button above should send the user to the inventory levels. So yeah, we have these two buttons. Let me copy and paste in the other pages. As we already are in the inventory levels, this new button goes to the overview. And as we go to the ABC, I paste these buttons, and the second one goes to the inventory levels. The first one goes to the overview. So now we have the navigation working here in the buttons. Perfect. All the pages, all the buttons working correctly. Well, where are the buttons that I had here? Did I delete this? And I don't remember. The selection quantity on hand. I believe I have deleted by mistake. The buttons were here. You remember? I could select inventory levels or coverage. I think I deleted by mistake, but I will see if I can restore this. Let me see the file that I have saved 1 hour ago. I create a duplicate and let me open to see if I had these buttons in that version. But well, guys, That's pretty much what we wanted to create. Now you can see that we have the ABC analysis here. It's working with different filters, with different types of parts, groups, models, and so on. Okay, that's really interesting, very complete. And I am really impressed every day with the power of AI, with everything we can do now. And this is not about the future. This is already about reality. Okay. So I hope you have enjoyed. I will stay here for 5 minutes, I believe, answering questions, checking your doubts, and checking for feedback as well. Okay. So we have done all the, just a quick recap. The cards, we created this text, we have created including the bookmarks yesterday that I deleted the button just by accident, and I don't have in the other version. I will need to do these new buttons again before sharing with the students from the complete course. And here we have the possibilities to filter based on quantity on hand, on cost, and we have a very complete ABC analysis. Okay? Yes. What about A at 2? Elaborate on that. What do you mean? Okay, so let me read the comments now. Uh, Perfect. Jens, I hope this helps you. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you, everybody who stayed until the end. I know that this was a very long series of classes, and this could only be explored this way. I wanted to do this way, and I'm really happy with the result. To be honest, I'm not only 100% happy with this black background that we have here. Okay, I just want to change this. This is not matching the background. Let me turn on the. Let me make this. Yeah, like this. No, darker. Yeah, now I can tell you I am happy. Okay. So that's it. This file, after I create the bookmark here, the buttons again, I will share with the students from the complete course, and all the links are here in the description. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you, Benedict, for the messages. Very kind of you. Thank you, MC. Thank you, Kinga. Thank you, Amon. And Amore, thank you for being every day with us here. I know you are enrolled in the complete course. Yes, thank you, Alexandrius. Where are you from, Alexandrius? Your name sounds like Greek. Thank you, Babsi. Babsi, you are from Cape Town, the windy city. I want to go to Cape Town very soon. I love sailing, I love kite surfing. It's great for that. Thank you. Yeah, so perfect. No more questions. Guys, I hope you have really enjoyed and this help you with your work, your projects, your portfolio, okay? So be safe and have a good night. And I hope to talk to you soon in the future trainings. And hello, Rasta, ¿cómo estás? And muchas gracias. Thank you. Hasta luego. Bye bye.